It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Aha. Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun la wa mo la mo do. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun today.
Good evening to you.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Good afternoon to you.
Maiyegun diary.
And good evening to you good morning to you from wherever you're watching from. And this is Maiyegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary.
Please take your time, read the caption of the broadcast, and then you can make your own contribution as well accordingly. So I will, deliver my own part. From your own side, what you have to do first, right, is this: like that broadcast, share it, and if this is your first time of joining us, maybe follow and subscribe.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. And yes, we like Maiyegun ti dé.
My friends in Abuja, if you are watching me from Abuja tonight, your own contribution is going to be of a great value to this conversation. In the last few days, the countries who have their own missions in Nigeria, United States of America, United Kingdom, that's the UK. Hang on. Okay. There's something I need to quickly fix. I think the video sort of kind of blinking, isn't it? I'm going to ask you to give me a minute. I will be back.
Allow the children it's okay. Off your mic, it's okay. She off your mic, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Thank you. So let me know if the video has stopped blinking like that before we fully get into this. But share the broadcast.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun.
Thank you very much for joining me.
Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
I think it is manageable now. Some of these things are actually due for replacement. They are quite expensive to just let go like that. And they are actually very expensive as well, to replace. But don't worry, we'll be fine, at least for now. So if the audio acts up anytime, let me know as well. So the caption for this broadcast is, what is going on in Abuja? Of course, we know what is going on in Abuja, but sometimes people living inside Abuja themselves, they kind of see some of these things as news. Oh, I didn't know that. Like if I ask some of you who live in Abuja right now, did you know that there was an operation in at an estate in Abuja today, where you had the DSS, you had the American intelligence team, where they invaded. Should I use that word invade? No. That word invade looks like aggressive or something like that. Whatever. They carried out a covert operation in an estate in Abuja today, and it was terror related. So what they did is that they arrested the two people, and they picked bomb-making equipment or materials from that estate in Abuja today. But days back, United States and the United Kingdom raised the alarm and said they have it on a very, very reliable authority that there is a potential terrorist attack in Abuja in the next coming days. Usually, the foreign missions in Nigeria, they will send out warnings to their own nationals, not their own citizens, and say, don't go to this part, don't go to that part. Be careful when you go to, that stuff for their citizens, where they should go or should not go in Nigeria. But this particular warning has nothing to do with just where they should go or not go. It is actually the evacuation alerts granted by more than 6 countries now. They are Canada, United States, United Kingdom, Republic of Ireland, and 2 others. I can't quickly recollect right now. But when they raised the alarm, typical of Nigeria or Nigeria system, Layamo responded and he said they are raising these alarms to embarrass Boko Haram. That, of course, yeah, there is terrorists, there is this or that, yeah, but that doesn't mean that they should start evacuating their citizens from Nigeria. Usually those warnings comes before election or maybe few days to elections. They will say, hey, citizens of the US, citizens of America, all these places, you should leave now because their election could turn violent and they could start anything, right? But this one is happening months before your election. So Layamo came out and he said there is no cause for alarm. However, some people saw them as their diplomats and everybody is moving away. So we'll come back to that Abuja. A clip that, or let me say clips that some of you probably have seen of social media, but for the diary, for our own record. So this was captured earlier today. Check this out.
They're actually living. Diplomats. They are diplomats. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are living.
So it's just to Nigerians or Nigerian authorities, right? Well, it is normal now. If they feel unsafe, that is their own cup of tea. This is Nigeria, nothing they shock us here. But they are warning, they are real warning. I'm glad to, when I got the news that they raided, yeah, that's the word, raided. So they raided an estate in Abuja where they arrested 2 people in that estate. At the same time, the materials, bomb-making materials, were also recovered. And they said it was through the intelligence of these same Americans. Something that is already causing a bit of, it's impossible. Why would American soldiers come to Nigeria? They have always been in Nigeria. Do you get that now? However, in that Abuja, they said their targets are government buildings, schools, worship centers like mosques, churches, and areas where people are like in large numbers. And they are not sparing all these foreign missions as well, because they are considered as public buildings and government buildings of their countries. So for 7 years, while insecurity escalated in Nigeria, while the killings skyrocketed, the APC Egbekegbe members, they continue to brag that there has not been any single bomb in Abuja in 7 years. So with what is going on and nobody is going to give the real answers, I will give you a scope into what is going on. We'll do it together. Most of these things are actually public. And when people begin to act like, when did that happen? Oh, I am so surprised. Don't be. Because many of us are always going to see this coming anyway. Not because we wish that evil or, evil things happen or the terrorists have the upper hand. It is because while the terrorists are spreading the fear through all mediums, right? The government of Nigeria is doing absolute nothing to actually end it. Do you get that now? I mean, they have no plan to even punish any of the terrorists. So, just a few months back, Kuje prison was attacked and over 400 terrorist leaders were freed and they were released back into the society. Their identities are unknown, so is their whereabouts. You can't say. But somehow, just after, a few hours after Kuje prison break, yeah, some of those who escaped from there appeared in the same location where they were keeping the Abuja Kaduna rail passengers. Those they kidnapped in March. And we have already been told in 2014, 2015, when Boko Haram nominated Boko Haram to be their own spokesperson, the man that will be the negotiator between them and the government of Goodluck Egbere Jolantan, we said the only way that they could have possibly hold Nigeria to this, hold Nigeria in the jugular this much is when they are able to sustain the campaign of terror. So it was like just one option available for you in 2015. You give them power, you face the terror, and they own it. That yes, we brought you the terror. You refuse us the power, we unleash the terror on you, and you regret for not letting us own the terror. So they own the terror. And in 7 years, more people are killed, more people are kidnapped, and more communities were ransacked and destroyed. And more land and areas are now controlled by these terrorists. That is their effort in 7 years. So conspiracy theorists, you can begin to now pair them together now that their terror cells are now being reactivated in 2 ways. A northerner is likely going to lose that power. I use the word likely. And it is always better to remind all of you what brought APC Egbekegbe back to power, which is terror on its own. So there are 2 types of terrorists who are trying to take over Abuja. Okay? The first set who have been trying for the past 12 years, if we say from 2010, for the past 12 years, those are the factions of the faction of Alhaji Shekau, right? Then when APC Egbekegbe came into power 7 years ago, they created a new version or faction, and they called them Islamic State for West African Province, ISWAP, of Nigeria, with their allegiance to ISIL, and their mission is one, which is Nigeria must be the Islamic capital of entire Africa or the world, or wherever the agenda is. Nigeria must be Islamized. All of you infidels, from north to east to west to everywhere. That's the agenda of Boko Haram. And you have to end the Western education, the advancement of it. Then ISWAP, same thing, but more brutal. In their own, there is more. You have to implement the Sharia law all over Nigeria, something that is so huge, more than their forefather terrorists, Usman Danfodio. A dream, a challenge that was too big for him until he died. So these terrorists, these armed terrorists, for 12, 13 years now, their agenda was to make Nigeria Islamic. Don't forget that, although you have told yourself it's completely impossible, because many of you thought that their mission can only be possible if they take over the government with the force and the terror, and then decide to force everybody to follow their Islam and all that. Abi? But what you're mistaken is that those who are harmed are not those who needed that power. It's those who are sponsoring them. Boko Haram is one of them. And many of those sympathizers in the APC, Egbekegbe as a party, and then the Boko Haram's government as a government. So indirectly, The flags that you think that they will conquer Abuja after bombing everywhere, they will conquer Abuja and put the flag inside their asshole rock. Well, the flag is inside the asshole rock, and it was there displayed by Bokwari and the Buratai the butcher. So the bottom line is that those who are killing and murdering people in the name of that Boko Haram Islam, there are those sponsoring them who are now in power, more protected. And these guys are just like always available army. The army they can unleash anytime. The second terrorizing Nigeria from northern Nigeria is the Fulani terrorism. Fulani armed terrorists who have taken refuge inside different parts of Nigeria forest, in the southern part of Nigeria, even in the middle belt part of Nigeria, not even in northern part of Nigeria. These armed Fulani terrorists are celebrities. They are government contractors in some parts. They are working as vigilantes, providing security for the same people that they have terrorized or they are terrorizing because they have a deal with the government there. But in the other parts of of Nigeria, they are demanding for land. Do you understand that? They are demanding for land, and Bokwari's government, has been doing everything possible for 7 years to ensure that that comes to pass. That's the second terrorism they unleashed on us in 7 years. So back to Abuja. Those who knows wherever they are, because as it is, put it this way, even if the Boko Haram terrorists, even if they shoot down Abuja in the next few days, as America is warning right now, let's say they shoot down Abuja and they take over Asshole Rock as the government of Nigeria, how are they going to then command the rest of Nigeria to follow them or what have you? But the bottom line is not because they want Boko Haram to take over Abuja. It is that, again, to you, the conspiracy theorist, your conspiracy theory is going to make some certain sense here as well. If you will follow me here. We know that in 7 years, they have taken Nigeria from top to bottom on every level. Abi, the insecurity has gone from bad to worse. Everything has gone from frying pan to fire. And in the last 7 years, the characters that did this to Nigeria or still doing it to Nigeria, they have names, they have faces, because they believe they have immunity to get away from all the crimes, including financial crimes. Do you understand that now? I'm talking about if Nigeria was to be a country, a real place, right now where you have real people. I'm talking about people who understand what these guys have done to them, what they have done to you, to all of us. If you understand it very well, every member of APC Egbekegbe who is serving inside the Bokwari's government, they should all be tried for treason. You know what that means? That means treasonable felony for what the damages they have done to Nigeria that will never recover. Nigeria will never recover from this, right? They contributed to the economic wreck. They legalized their corruption. They relooted their returned loot. They turned their guns on the citizens. And they aided and abetted the terrorists by pardoning them using your own money to feed them while they what? They trample on the blood of those they killed and spilled. Now that should be treasonable felony against the people of Nigeria generally. But it is Nigeria. Crime is legal. It just depends on which side of the coin you belong to. So, conspiracy theorists, they brought Nigeria to a state whereby you are not even sure if you are going to have an election. The 8 years that their bogus law allowed them to use simply means who will give them the immunity from the crimes they have committed if they begin to ask them to come and answer for all their crimes. There must be cover up, and there must be those who will cover this up. And if there will be nobody to cover this up for us, I mean, we can return to status quo. We used to be the fear of any sensible person who wants to lead Nigeria. Once you remember that if you touch us, we will unleash this beast on you. Now, what does that simply mean, right? Half of Nigeria right now, northeast, northwest, north central, southeast, southwest, south, which is the Niger Delta, there is no part of this 6 geopolitical zone that is not experiencing incessant insecurity or restlessness here and there, communal attacks that has rendered people homeless, or this particular one, flood, that has also wreaked even terrible havoc on different communities that has made them more homeless as well. Are you with me? The terrorists that they have created, put it that way, the terrorism that they have created has made it even more easier for them to say, your constitution says if there is crisis in any part of Nigeria, that will make it impossible for the government or INEC to conduct an election. The president of Nigeria through your Attorney General of Nigeria, Malamu, they will write to the National Assembly for an extension, including an extension of office of the president, while every other offices will cease. And they have to review this every 6 months to be sure they can conduct election or not. So they have thrown Nigeria into serious security crisis everywhere. They have. And that's enough for them to say no election. Do you know that? Do you know that? Well, they will not dare you. Aha, I like that. I'm just telling you that in this Nigeria, which they deliberately made so, they have all different options. And for one reason only, the desperation, their desperation to cover up for all the crimes they have committed in 7 years. Like I said, they have mortgaged the lives of even the children, generation unborn, as we speak, that if you have to probe them and ask them for every penny, everything that they have dipped their hands in, you will agree with me, majority of them, if not all of them, will end up in the gallows. You know what I mean? They will be charged for treason, for the crimes they have committed against you, the crimes they have committed against their own different oath. But it is Nigeria, so they can always have a pass. So they are now saying that, okay, it be like, say, if we have to now do the elections, Omo, it seems that it's going to be between the Southerners. As it be, Atifku, ladies and gentlemen, is almost out of the whole thing. Share you with me? And there are many parameters towards that, which I don't want to go into. So what if Tifnumbu become your president? What if Obi become your president? That's a Southerner. So what would he actually be reminded of, that this is Nigeria and this is not Lagos? This is Nigeria, this is not Anambra. Or this is Nigeria, this is not Ondo, if Showore become your president. So there must be something that will always remind you that wherever you think you have, then you have more to deal with in case if you come for us. 400 terrorists escaped. There's no effort that they are looking for them. Don't even think they are looking. If they are looking for them, you have all their pictures everywhere now on your TV everywhere, and people will be warned. Look at this guy, he's a Boko Haram leader. This one is a Boko Haram leader. This one is a Boko. Nobody knows them. They are mixing with you. The other day, somebody sent a video to me. In that video, there was this Hausa guy, and he was being tortured. I can't share that video. It's going to go against their social media, whatever guidelines, as they always say, right? But some of you probably have seen that video. It was sent to me on WhatsApp, right? The guy was being tortured, and he was talking about his crime partner, or his partner in crime. And he said, the guy live in Lagos. Said, how do you meet? He said, I don't know where he live in Lagos, but whenever we want to meet, we talk on the phone. He come to me, he brings the gun. We keep the guns with him. They were doing kidnappings in Ogun State. Do you understand that now? So he said that somebody in Lagos is keeping the gun. Terrorists entered Ondo State. We don't even know why. We don't know what happened. We don't know what made, well, probably we do, because Ondo State said they are going after Fulani terrorists. Then ISWAP, who are not Fulani, ISWAP terrorists, who are mostly Kanuris, Hausa, and the rest of them. They suddenly, what? They entered their Ondo State and killed more than 80 people, innocent people. And they claim responsibility for it. They said they are now in Yoruba land. So these terrorists and this cell are not just there because you and I, we have a sin, or we sinned against God, or sin against something that some people might want to let you know. It is because this is APC Egbekegbe, the terrorists who were once bombing and kidnapping school children 7, 8, 9 years ago. Their sponsor are now in power. And now it seems that they are about to lose their power. The reality is dawning on them that somebody is going to eventually ask questions. Somebody. Then for you never to have anyone to ask that questions, or having to dig anything up at all, even if we have to do everything to continue this, there's a lot at play. So let's begin to bring them up. So maybe that is what America remember. They remember that when the terrorists were bombing the United Nations building, Abuja, bombing churches, they probably have all the pictures and their intel and how that happened. And today, they probably know as well that the prime suspect in that Madala bombing, Abuja, the prime suspect, Kabiru Shokoto, is now a father of 3. Somebody that is standing trial for killing over 100 people. The Christmas carol service. He killed over 80 people or more. Yeah. The guy was arrested, standing trial for act of terrorism. Boko Haram and gang, they released him. We raised the alarm. Well, first, they said he escaped. Guess where they found him? They found him in the governor's quarters, the governor's lodge. Borno State Governor's Lodge, Abuja. And they were looking for him for months. But he's there. Guess who was the governor then? The person who is now the deputy or vice president to Kolu, to Tifnumbu, the man that is likely going to be your president if anything should happen to Kolu. Do you understand that now? So they found Kabiru Shokoto inside the governor's lodge. That is a Borno State Governor's Lodge, Abuja, for months. Until when they felt like, okay, Bill, I said, no, it's too much now. They now told them, come and take him, he's here. And that's it. Now, that Kabiru Shokoto is now father of 3. He got married after that. He gave birth to the first child, second child, third child. He married 2 wives in this whole process. But the families who lost their loved ones back then, I don't think any of them has probably recovered till now. Do you get that? So, the terrorists that they brought, who have now escaped, you don't know them. You can't identify them. You don't know if they're going to be your next Okada rider. You don't know if they're going to be the next taxi rider. You don't know if they're going to be the next bus rider. You don't even know if it's going to be the next pilot that's going to be flying your plane. You don't know if it's going to be the next person that is going to be attending to your medical need and all of that. But with what Nigeria has become, the entire system is now more infiltrated. And the only thing that can end this is like when you see a tumor, like a cancer. The consequences of APC Egbekegbe of 7-8 years is like this tumor. If you want to save the host, you have to cut the tumor, or the source of the tumor. Nigeria is the source of this madness. If there is no Nigeria that is feeding their greed, if everybody have to make what they eat from every part of Nigeria and in their own independence region, right? You see this madness, it will die a natural death, because those who are carrying guns are the ones that are the agents of their fear. The real people sponsoring them, they are the holder of that power. So they said they are setting the stage for eventuality of any Southerner becoming president of Nigeria if they do your election in 2023. And this time around, it doesn't really matter. Even if na APC Egbekegbe member, as long as he's a Southerner, we need to set the stage and remind him. Don't try anything, no. If you try anything, last one, they go chase you out of Abuja. So as Abuja is right now, the Americans are leaving, the Irish are leaving, the Irish are leaving, the Canadians are leaving, the British are leaving, and they are sending those they call that non-executive, non-essential staff. They are leaving behind emergency staff to handle emergency services only until further notice, according to Layamo. So they want to predict that they are going to attack Abuja. What is the big deal about that? Can America predict the next day, the next school shooting? And then, hey, Omoya banga. I want Eleya. Now they go take, when they kidnap people, now. Well, if they kidnap any American, within few hours, they will send in their own SWAT team. They will fish those terrorists out within hours. If they have to kill all of them, they will kill all of them and they will rescue their person. But when they kidnap you, your friends go first come on social media. Please, they have just kidnapped my brother. Please pray for us. Tag Nigerian police, tag Nigerian police, tag Nigerian army, tag Lagos State governor, tag this and that on Twitter. Now from them we will say, my friend, you should be contacting them for ransom. Because nobody, if you like, you can tag the devil himself and say, at devil, they don't kidnap my brother. Tell them we don't get money. Tell them we are APC member. We support these people. We are not supposed to feel part of this pain. No. Then you go and they say we should go and bring 100 million. Now in your life, the first time you are going to type million, like from your family name. Imagine that under APC Egbekegbe, first time you are going to type you are going to type in millions on social media in your family name is because you are talking about the ransom terrorists are asking from your family. They said we should go and pay 30 million. And you know it's inside you that even if they put all your family resources, everything together with what Nigeria has done to you, 30 million, you know it. Then you start begging, please help us. So now, Americans said, we received this, and in Yoruba, as they say in Yoruba, Americans are like Kojuma Ribi, Gogwese is the Ogun, which is make I no see bad thing. Now him say you get two legs where they waka well. You go run, Kojuma Ribi, ese, ohun logun. Àwọn kan sọ pé gbogbo ara logun. Baba, once your leg move, your body go follow. Sure, you know. Americans are not going to take the chances. But if it should happen, if they kidnap you and they kidnapped an American, America will be working to make sure that their old man is out. Even Nigeria will be working to make sure that that American is released. But for your own, when they want to say it in the media, they will say, Boko Haram kidnapped one American, Adam Smith, and 15 other Nigerians. You are others. You know that? So, Banga, Laya Muhammad, he's right too. Laya Muhammad is right too. The people that were telling us that terrorists are going to attack us, how can they not predict when there is going to be the next school shooting in America? Oshe, that's why I like my Layamo. Oyafun or Deniel or Degidiniel. When we talk about value here, if they kidnap Americans and America is looking for their citizen, even Nigeria will be joining them to look for that American citizen. They say, but hello, sorry, who are you? I am here to represent Nigeria in the search. Well, we are searching for the American citizen here. Now here, you say, yes, I'm searching for American citizen too. Say, but they kidnap other 15 Nigerians. Of course, yeah, we know that. We are working on it. Yeah, we are working on it. We are more concerned. We are more concerned about this, because we know that, because matter. Even in your media, like I said, 2 Americans kidnapped. They say terrorists kidnapped 2 Americans and 18 Nigerians. And when they start typing the list, John Smith and his wife, Mrs. Smith, they were on their way to Obudu. Oh, they are on their way to Sokoto Caliphate, and then they got waylaid and they got kidnapped. Their driver, their 8 security men, they kidnapped them. Their cook, their interpreter, they kidnapped the person, the driver of the 6 vehicles convoy they are using. But they will not name all the people kidnapped. They will say they kidnapped their driver, their cook, and their security, 18 others. You are others. 18 others. So the Weres are using you to catch cruise. You they say na banga. Now true, Jare Maiyegun, tell them. See others talking, others. Senator, Senator, we are sad to announce the sudden death of Senator Ishaya Mashaku, who died when Boko Haram terrorists attacked this convoy and he was killed with 11 others. You are just others. Others. I'm saying this because you know what I'm saying. The people that should be so honest with you, they have been so dishonest. They have a lot to keep. And the consequences of them hiding a lot from you. When they eat the menace of Fulani terrorists, I won't forget this. When they were, when they kidnapped people in Ekiti and in Ondo, they invaded farms in especially Ekiti. Fayoshe was there. You remember that time? They caught somebody head for Ekiti. Why now? Because they said, don't come to our farm and, you cut off their head. Layamo came out and said, they are not Nigerians. They are from Niger, from Cameroon, from Chad, from this, from that. The people said, how did they get into Nigeria? The audacity to say they want to feed cow in Ekiti. Ekiti and Chad, then share bodani. Abiboni Chad ati Ninje atondo ti share border. Well, it was the same Layamo saying, don't believe them. We are dealing with that. Last, they can't bring a certificate. So Yamimo will sign your land or your life. I wonder, say, land or life, bawo, kilagbe kileju. Waiting we carry, waiting you throw. You say these people are not from here. If somebody is from Jokoto, can't they kill somebody from Ekiti? You can't say Ekiti should give him land. How did they do that one? Everybody can't be surprised. The confusion can't last. Now, last, it increased the insecurity. It also increased the disunity, the division, the near breakup of Nigeria that we are witnessing today. So now the Americans are leaving. It don't really matter because nobody all of us get anywhere to go to. If I'm in Nigeria right now, they say Americans are leaving. These ones are leaving. That one I will say, well, safe journey. We die here because I don't get anywhere to live to. Except say they chase me. But at the same time, you probably should also have it at the back of your mind that whatever happens in Abuja or in any part of Nigeria, just know that APC Egbekegbe is acting the script which will eventually guide you and shape you into that year 2023. And hopefully, if you meet that disappointment so well, you may actually help cut the the tumor. APC Egbekegbe is that tumor that has now grown out of a mismanaged Nigeria. With them, everybody can see through the skeletal shape of the entire Nigeria. And in fact, everybody found their own space. Oh, so now here I belong, Sha. I just do shakara out this way. So now here, you know what I mean? They have put everyone in his place. And they are now trying to say, to make you look like you know well. For after seeing the light and said, well, I don't want to be part of this anymore. So they want to make you look confused, but don't be. Everything that is happening now, that will be happening, is just according to their script. For example, they want to reprint the Naira. Have you probably asked yourself, how is reprinting the Naira going to change the value? Somebody said, Maiyegun, from time immemorial, Nigeria Naira has been receiving bashing, beating and beating from dollar, from pounds, or from euro. It got to APC Egbekegbe time. It can't be like saying a stabbing that they stabbed the Naira. Because maybe it made them disguise some. Maybe if they change the face, change how it look. Some of these other world currencies and all that, maybe they will begin to respect the Naira. But that's a joke. Because that is, if you like, go and get the world best graphic designer and everything you want to do. That redesigning or reshaping or anything of your currency is never going to increase or decrease its value. Do you understand that? APC, Egbekegbe through Emefiole, they have destroyed the economic fabric of Nigeria with lies, kickbacks, and so many other corruption that are now paying back. Redesigning it is just a disguise. But there are other few things to it that you should know, which kind of makes sense, even if they are like a part of the trick. But it's a positive trick you can look up to. Emefiole, just a reminder.
As at the end of September 2022, available data at the CBN indicate that 2.73 trillion naira out of the 3.23 trillion naira currency in circulation was outside the vaults of commercial banks across the country and supposedly held by members of the public. Evidently, currency in circulation has more than doubled since 2015, rising from 1.46 trillion in December 2015 to 3.23 trillion as of September 2022. I must say that this is a very worrisome trend that cannot continue to be allowed. 2. Worsening shortage of clean and fit banknotes with attendant negative perception of the CBN and increased risk to financial stability. 3. Increasing ease and risk of counterfeiting, evidenced by several security reports. Indeed, recent developments in photographic technology and advancements in printing devices have made counterfeiting relatively easier. In recent years, the CBN has recorded significantly higher rates of counterfeiting, especially at the higher denominations of 500 and 1,000 Naira banknotes. Although global best practice is for central banks to redesign, produce, and circulate new local legal tender every 5 to 8 years, our existing series of banknotes, the Naira, has not been redesigned in the last 20 years. The bank remains resolutely determined to achieve the objective of its mandate as enshrined in Section 2B of the CBN Act of 2007 to ensure a strong and effective legal tender. It is therefore no longer tenable to continue with business as usual, especially given the continually evolving circumstances that would impeach the optimal performance of our Naira. Furthermore, we believe that the redesign of the currency will help deepen our drive to entrench cashless economy, as it will be complemented by increased minting of our e-Naira. This will further rein in the currency outside the banking system into the banking system, thereby making monetary policy more efficacious. Also, in view of the prevailing level of security situation in the country, the CBN is convinced that the incidents of terrorism and kidnapping will be minimized, as access to large volume of money outside the banking system used as source of funds for ransom payments will begin to dry up. Ladies and gentlemen.
Now that part where I want to start from. Now that part, go. According to Emefiole's plan, none of this is to strengthen the Naira, but he's telling them that it is to strengthen the Naira. But let's take it piece by piece now, okay? Because there are good sides. But as always, Nigerian system or Nigeria way, fire brigade approach. Emefiole he's tried all the tricks in the book to get the Naira to work normally. And all the trick he tried, he has failed. You see this particular one, he decided to use some buzzword, some trick as well, to get this approval to redesign the Naira. Guess what? According to Emefiole, you are supposed to have a total of about 6 trillion Naira cash. You see all that money they see everybody they trade, You won't buy something and you keep money in your colo, all those money that you are using to trade every day, including the ones in bank and everywhere. They were supposed to be about 6 trillion. But Emefiole said, out of that money, money is something you have to keep using, okay? There are some that are going to be dormant, some sort of dormant, like money like you starch, like the money you put in your colo. Those are supposed to be the dormant money, but they are usually not so huge, supposed to be so huge to run into, trillions, except if there are some people who actually really have a large sum of it in bags, stock somewhere. You know what happened? They said the money in a year, that money in your hand supposed to circulate in that Nigeria, pass through the banks and all of that, because they have numbers. They said out of the almost 6 to 7 trillion money in Nigeria, only 3.5 trillion they can trace. Do you get that? Only 3.5, which means the money in bank, the money in that Buka cafeteria, the money inside the pocket of that Okada man, that, all of that every money in circulation that CBN can trace. Now only 3.5 trillion. So where is the remaining 2-point-something trillion? So according to Emefiole's theory, that money is the money that is in the hand of terrorists. Are you following? It must be the one that those terrorists are collecting as ransom, kidnappers. Yes, I'm very sure. Let's change the money then, so that we can make that money useless. Do you get that? Yeah, 2-point-something trillion. Emefiole lost 2.5 trillion Naira into the hands of those, into the dark hole that he cannot tell you where the money is in Nigeria's circle. So automatically it must be in the hand of the, you know what I mean? Or it is in the hand of the Nigerian thieves. They stock the money in the house. Yes. Oh, they want to use the money for election. That is why Nigeria Naira is very weak. These people imprisoned the Naira, Nisha. Very, very, very genius. let's print another one and change the color, change the look and everything. So that these people who are keeping this money, maybe they will bring the money out. Abi, to put it in the bank, to get a new one. That's Emefiole's theory. And in fact, it is such a genius idea that the terrorist or anybody who is keeping this money, stockpiling money, since they cannot spend it or they cannot put it in bank, are you with me? They would rather just let the money waste. Or once they try to bring the money to the bank, we just capture them and say, only a thief. I say that thief no good, they will first capture because that one get bullion van. Sure, you know. Then after that, you capture all of the state governors in Nigeria. Every state government house in Nigeria is a warehouse. They store money. Like these guys are so mad. I don't know what they do with cash in bags. If you walk into any government house where the governor is, deputy and all of them, speaker, all of them, it's all about money, bag of money here and there. So shameless people. And they are making laws. Cashless society, cashless economy. So they are waiting for them to bring out the billions they have stockpile. Now so APC Egbekegbe people started dancing. Oh. Yes, amazing. Amazing idea. If you don't spend all your stolen money before 31st of January, that's the solution. Economic solution to fix Nigeria Naira. That's it. Very brilliant idea. Forgetting the fact that now them, they steal them. Now them, they stockpile them. And they know themselves. So this is just something Emefiole wanted to use as well to deceive you, to distract you while you are all, while you are all drenching, or should I say drowning in the economic ruin that he has led. Don't forget that. I'm coming. So kidnappers don't keep cash. Maiyegun, how did you know? They suspect you this guy. How do you know that kidnappers don't? No, I do know. They said it. Because they don't need the cash. What they need your money for is to give it to those who are supplying them weapons. And who are those supplying them weapons? They are those who have the real contact in the same midst of those who are supposed to protect you. Military, police, and the rest of them. So kidnappers don't keep cash. Politicians do. Yes, they do. In millions and millions and millions. I mean, I've seen it before. Remember, I've participated in their politics in Nigeria before I left Nigeria. I told you that before, Abi. Even as my big town, Udogbolu, as it is, right? I participated and I saw money, I saw cash. All these shameless people. But I didn't know it was a bad thing then anyway. Or maybe I did know it was a bad thing and I couldn't do anything because I was just, I saw them, real money, bags of money that they want to share for people, and the ones that sometimes when they bring the money out, you'll be wondering, where did they bring this money from? How come the money get mode? Even right there, people will be saying, my friend, that's what did they call them? Shit money, they smell. Well, this one look like say they don't do ritual for Ramo. It be like say owoju e bolele yo. Say baba, atowoju eshu, atowoju ogun, atowoju ebo. If na Naira, I go spend them. That person where they tell me that thing probably is going to watch me tonight, or is watching, probably laughing. Yeah, that's how much money they stock everywhere. So to save. So to gain back control, this is the interesting part, or should I say, this is another part too. According to Emefiole, which has contributed to the wreck and ruin of the Nigerian economy, and the role he played, the role the CBN played, the role the criminals made him play, which he himself is one of them, for 7 years. After that, he lost control of where is 2.3 trillion naira. I don't know where the money is. I'm talking about cash. cash where they out there where nobody know. But I can tell you this: 90% of that money is stockpiled by politicians who are also getting ready to do election with you in 2023, and they call it blood money. Blood money. No. So Emefiole believe that the moment they take everything where you feel give back, if you bring them back, yeah, and the new one is designing, it are now released. So it can now control the release of the say if I have if I have 100 million naira, for example, and I put everything in my bank, okay, that's my money. Like over time, that's my 100 million. And then on the 1st of February 2023, a day after all the money I expected to have been submitted, now I don't have any money. So I just go to my bank and I say, I want to take 80 million out of that money. Which one are they going to use to pay me? Hello? I'm just asking, like. Ogbon Sodiki. Ogbon Emefiole. Because that's the question. It's always good, like, to fight counterfeiting. Counterfeiting. To fight that, to fight, any other thing that you feel like is posing. Every other thing that is posing threat to your national currency, they expose it to fake. Normally, that's what happened all over the world. It's true, okay? They reprint money, they redesign them, had some little here and there, so as to differentiate between the currency and those who are stockpiling anything and other, yeah? They do that. Okay? But they have nothing to do with the value of that money when you hold it. Okay? American dollar, $1. When it is redesigned, it is still American $1. Do you understand that? Eh? Which means when you redesign United Kingdom's £5, no matter what you write on it, no matter what you design on it, it is still that £5. Whatever the value of that £5 is, that paper is just representing that value. It is the value of that number, not the paper. The paper is just for security. And Emefiole is making the mumus kind of jump up as if to say automatically Naira will become 1 naira to $1. Value will lower nínú owó tẹ́ print. In 7 years, Emefiole has printed over 21 trillion for Buhari's government. And so many state governors, APC, PDP, APGA, and any other party that is ruling anywhere, they have collected from this printed money. It is just the same Naira. No value. And every day, the value continues to dwindle. So I'm not trying to bust your bubble or make you feel like, Maiyegun, can't you just feel happy for us? Because it's a lie. There's nothing there. Other than they want you to feel like terrorists are going to lose money. Or they want you to feel like politicians are going to lose the money they have stolen. And the impression they are giving to you is like to make you feel like maybe that is going to then change what Naira is, which is not true. It's not going to change anything. Right now, let me give you an instance anyway. If you want to make politicians to lose their money, okay, those who have stolen money, if you don't want them to, because I've told you before, nobody say many of you like corruption and fraud. The reason why many of you don't like it, or you say you don't like it, is because it is either because you are not the ones benefiting from it, or you are not the one doing it. Okay? But make I give you this one single tip. Now, $1 million tip. If you really want to punish the criminals who have stolen money from you, and they put the money in different tanks, septic tank, underground tank, burial ground, everywhere. If you want to punish them this time, between now and January 31st, they are coming with the money to buy that your house, that family house that is in market now, that nobody wants to pay that money for because they believe that it is an old house. Nobody is coming to buy that your family land because of the money you are asking for the past 1 year. They are giving you ridiculous money, so you have not sold it. Suddenly, you see that your family house will look like a wreckage. You go see somebody, will go say, I'll give you 100 million. Sir, we only want 35 million, sir. Just 35 million, we say we'll take 30. Listen, my brother,
I know your father when he was alive. He was a very good man. I mean, if not because I want to use this place for my wife's shopping mall, I will renovate this house for you for free. I'd say, yeah, may your family, they lived here. In fact, for talking to me, I give you 120 million. Say, Papa, God bless you, sir. God will bless you. All your enemy go die in you. Because they can't take that money to the bank. You will take it to the bank because you just sold your family house. You see that your rickety car, the one you put for sale, 450,000. Somebody is going to come in and offer you 1 million, 2 million. You say, AK, you don't sell that your car. It is called money laundering. Thieves don't lose. They have nothing to lose. People who stole from you, that Emefiele is telling you that he's targeting, they have nothing to lose. Because the ones they are keeping in Emefiele's bank is still there. When they print new ones, they will take them out in that new note Emefiele is printing. But you see the one they stock at home that they don't want everybody to know about. They can use them to buy your life, buy everything around you, and share it right now. They can begin to buy palliative. You can begin to see trailer of rice. And you see, somehow, that's not their plan. I don't know their plan, but it will never be their plan to blow the money on you. Because if their plan was to blow the money on you, why did they steal it from you in the first place? Ask yourselves. So soon, you are going to be seeing philanthropists here and there. Election kukumbo. Election is coming. Sure, you get. Election is coming. So that you begin to see them, trailer of rice, trailer of this, trailer of that, using your own stolen money. Now, you can help them blow it that way. That is one good thing for you. If they jump up because they say they won't change Naira, they won't change the decoration, you'll be mumo. Because it won't reduce, it won't increase the value. Because 8 years to your law, these people ruined and destroyed everything. And they blamed they blamed everyone but themselves. So why do you think redesigning your Naira is going to do what? It's just a camouflage. Sure you get. So if you see them come around and they begin to offer you huge money, you might be helping them to launder money. And at the end of the day, I'm just saying, as crooked as Nigeria is, some of you are going to collect those money unknowingly, and you are going to become witnesses to future investigation, crime investigation. I don't know where that comes from, but I've been thinking about it. I said, people are going to be participating in a lot of money laundering right now. But you see some of you who are very used to make a just go like this. You know that time where Shakpa don't hit you. I don't know how many of you who understand what I'm saying. All of you should understand. Don't pretend. I don't know what your life is right now. You might be so comfortable and all of fine. But I'm talking about if you are a Nigerian, if you grew up in Nigeria, you will understand what I'm saying. When at that moment that Shakpa hits you, gear 7, gear 5, it can't enter that speed. And it's like your life is taking a turn. And you begin to just hallucinate. No, you don't hallucinate. I think you just begin to imagine things like, I just wish as I'm going like this, make I just see the Nigerian police, chasing an armed robber, and the armed robbers are carrying bags of money, and they just threw the money, 100 million, and run away, and I just grab the bag. What's I go first do? No, when I get that kind of money, I go first call my mama. I just say, Mommy, Iye, Mama, wherever you are right now, they come house. No, I won't call my mama because my mama feel faint. Where I go take that money? Or make her. How many of you have found yourselves in that situation before? Where you just imagine and you begin to plan. Say, when I first call money where you never see, you don't plan. I'll first buy one Jaguar. I like Jaguar. I don't want to waste money because I need to invest. Now you they talk to yourself because some of us have been there. If not today, they go tell you, say, Baba, you don't demand. You don't demand. And you won't agree. You say, man, I have dream. I have vision. I'm gonna money we never do. You don't plan. I first buy Jaguar. I don't want to waste money because that's it. That's I mean, that's a life-changing money for somebody. 100 million. And maybe, you know, as they drop that money last song, just as they are trying to cross the corner, the police just catch them. Bah, 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 they just kill all of them. No witness. And me, I'm just there. I could just grab the money. I first buy Jaguar, so I don't raise suspect. I don't want people to know that. Now that kind period be this. So you feel they work out, somebody if you pack Sienna for your side and say, no be ritual money, oh, don't let anybody tell you say if he be you know what I mean? If you just pack and say, hey, you just throw a bag. Ha! Oh, no go act like person don't mad. Everybody, you know, they're not gonna see the happiness they do you. You can't they scream, they God, they open a bag, they say out here with it. Carry that money, or ya shenam, because this is the time those who actually have I'm talking about 2.5 trillion naira cash. Cash in the hands of those we don't know. And according to Emefiole, they want to force them to bring the money out. I'm just joking. No, that one no happen. No, you know, if you see anywhere with them pack Sienna, then throw a bag. Now money they inside run. No, I go run. No, I not go even open the bag. I will run. Sure, you get me now. But nevertheless, they said they want them to return them. And if they can't return them, they'll probably have to pump them in, which will further heighten the inflation you're already dealing with. Remember the one you are dealing with right now. This Emefiole was the architect of it. Printing money. And we need to print more. If they kidnap you, I'm gonna. If they can't say all the Naira no good again, for example, now, when he mentioned ransom payment to kidnappers, now if they say from 31st of January 2023, that they will change the money, the last day you will spend the 500 naira, 200 naira, and 1,000 naira note you have now, okay? And then terrorists, too, as Emefiole said, let's say the terrorists have money too, and they can't take the money to the bank. So the money waste, fine, good. So which money are the people who are still in their custody yet to pay ransom? When they want to pay the ransom, which money are they going to use? Old money or the money from the bank Emefiole just printed? Which money? Okay, now there's no sign that insecurity is coming down with what we are now witnessing, Abi. Now, if the old money end on 31st of January, they can't kidnap you on the 1st of February. Which money they go take pay your ransom? Which one? Emefiole money or which one? Anyway, he's been printing it, and once they start bringing them out, you should be bracing up for further inflation, food inflation at 21%. Omo, that's another lie. I'm coming back. Oh, they said inflation in Nigeria is 21%. The highest in almost said the world. Omo, una they try. You know what? See us here in the UK, our own inflation don't enter. I think our own inflation don't enter 8%. I'll be 9%. People don't choose whether to put on electricity in their house or to put food in their belly. If UK inflation enter 21%, you will see that Alimajiri is not limited to one culture or one tribe. It is general. And waiting the cause and be lack of. I'm coming. I did talk too much. But I'm coming. Talking about inflation. This guy, the Genesis Central Bank inflator.
Right? That is our job, right? To print is about saying lending money. So there's no need putting all the controversy about printing on money as if we're going into the factory, printing Naira and then distributing on the street. It is very inappropriate for people to just give some coloration to the word printing of money as if it is some foreign word coming from the sky. Okay, so I think it's important for me to put it this way, that in 2015, 2016, the kind of situations we find ourselves now, which is even worse than what we faced in 2015, 2016, we did provide budget support facility for all the states of this country. That loan remains unpaid till now, and we are going to insist on the states paying back those monies going forward, since they are accusing us of giving them loans. That's what they're saying. And so most countries in the world today are confronted by not only health challenges coming from the pandemic of COVID and also economic crisis and the rest of them. And what I keep saying this, it will be irresponsible for the Central Bank of Nigeria or any central bank or any Fed to stand idle and then refuse to support its government at this time. And what is being done, right, is being done in any climb. And at the last Monetary Policy Committee meeting, I did say, and I gave data about what is being done, even in developed economies, about what needs to be done to shore up their economy and take them out of recession. Nigeria is unfortunately in a very bad situation. I'm not going to pretend about it, in the sense that we are facing problem about productivity output, which is GDP. Luckily, we managed to just come out of it with a hair's breadth, and we are working very hard to see how we can not only have our head above water, but get our waist above water. That is what we are focused on right now. And of course, we're also confronted by issues of inflation and prices and the rest of them. And so for us to begin to see that some people playing some games, trying to come up with overheating this polity, talking about printing of money, I think is very unfortunate and totally inappropriate. And I would like to advise that this should stop. We should all work.
I would like, Emefiole, I would like to be polite. No, it's you that should shut up. Say that to him, Joe. We would like to be polite, so shut up, Emefiole. Don't tell us to shut up. Thank you, Jare, Director Scott. They have just told me now that the reason why me are they always they sweat every time I want to check my bank balance is because inflation in the UK is 10.1% or more. 10.1%. Timi onye from Russia, ti onse minimulo onye in Ukraine, and I they pay. Shall you get? If it should enter 20%, even myself go carry placard and say, save our soul, because our soul is going to be probably a threat. Because I can see it now. 2 months ago, put it this way. In the beginning of the year, before NATO, Russia, the rest of them started waiting at the start. So, my gas was 96 pounds a month. My electricity was 92 pounds a month. Fast forward to July, 6 months after the middle of this year, my electricity jumped from 92 to 148, nearly 150 pounds every month. My gas jumped from 98 pounds to 180 pounds a month. Okay. And that didn't last. Between July and October, they sent me another letter. Hey, listen, this thing will go up again. In fact, do you know how much I pay now? For my gas, I now spend over 300 pounds. 300 on my gas in a month. And I still have to go and watch and make sure that, they run out already before the end of the month. 300. My electricity has also jumped up to 243 pounds a month. That's 92. This same year. And they have also told us, when we get to January, February, we will brace up again. Because you see that gas, if he enter 400 a month or 500 or more, I go carry. You see what I'm talking about? But in Nigeria, where your own inflation jumped from 3.5% in 2015 to over 21%. They say 21%. I said, no, I don't believe it. They say 10% increase in the UK, inflation UK. Will I say that one about 300% in some sector? But majorly, yeah, you can tell, something of £1.20 is now £1.70. Something of £2.30 is now probably £3.15. Now we can see those jump here and there, and all of that stuff, Abi. But you see in Nigeria, even the result of the inflation beats the logic of economists who actually who monitor inflation. You know, there are people who are very good in monitoring inflation in the different countries. And inflation is like what you say. You have what do you call it? I'm coming to that anyway. But there are those who monitor. How is it going? What is And they can't manage that of Nigeria number. It's unbelievable. Like, how comparable? Like, it beats all logic. Right? A bag of rice, 50 kg rice, from 8,000 Naira, 8 years ago, the inflation, today that they call 21%, the same bag of rice, 50 kg, is now somewhere around 40,000 Naira. That's hyperinflation. Hyper. It says your own inflation in Germany is 12% or more. Hey, we don't know. Maybe somebody just said that our own in the UK is still going to hit 20% or more. Now, die. Now they watch our mobiles. It can't be like say about but in Nigeria, those who are actually feeling it more, they probably have no idea. And Emefiele is their central bank governor, the one deciding. I mean, imagine if they are exchanging if they're exchanging pound sterling and dollar, let's say, pound sterling, let's say it takes 100 pound sterling to change for $1. UK at it was Jalo, like worse, terrible. I can't even imagine it. But in Nigeria, where you have a 700, 800, almost 900 to a pound, so it's more than just redesigning, okay? It's just going to be a sort of window dressing. It's called window dressing. And the likes of Emefiele, who did a crime in that central bank of Nigeria called round tripping. The same Emefiele who gave Dangote the spare key to Nigerian savings in Central Bank of Nigeria. By the time you begin to probe him and those who actually backed him, you will come back to what I told you. These guys will end up in jail, not because they carry gun, not because they strangulate you or kill you physically, but they have sent millions to their death. Some of them are still living, but they are not living. You know what I mean? What I'm talking about? They have ruined lives, and guess what? Is not done. Let him redesign your Naira and tell us how that is going to curb corruption and stealing of money, when the same people will mount the pressure on Naira by pushing and then commandeering. I think that's the word, commandeering the limited forex in Nigeria, which is your dollars and every other forex they want to. They commandeer them for their own use, for the school payment of school fees of their children, payment of their medical bill, payment of for the properties they loot to buy abroad, and many places that they intend. I mean, they mount pressure on the central bank to provide them the forex, and your Naira continue to take the heat for it. So when they look around and turn and say, we have a solution again, and then you look back in another few years and you're like, same, they will end up in jail. They shouldn't be, and rather than them ending up in jail, they are even giving themselves honors. Can you believe that? They are honoring themselves. They are giving themselves a national honor, OON, OMFR, OMF, MFR, GPD, GPP. You know, that is how ridiculous it has become when you see criminals lording it over a country. Now, charlatans like that are always going to be your driver. I mean, I wouldn't probably want to be in the same bus with people like that if I have a choice. But you do have a choice. I have a choice. You can choose never to be in the same boat with them. The characters like this who are enabled by the system, a rigged system that produced him, empowered him, and then he's doing exactly what he is wanted to do, what he is expected to do by the same people who put him there. So you can possibly never see them again if you are no longer pro one fraudulent Nigeria. That is not in your interest. I rest my case. So I'll take calls. I'll take one or two calls, okay? Then we can call it a night. Tonight. So, but before we do that, I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea, okay? Because no matter what you say, people will do what they will do. Some people don't take Nigeria matter. They don't take and go Kilimanjaro. Obedient. I saw you. They say they take Nigeria matter, go Kilimanjaro. Because of Obi, you can laugh.
Hello, Nigerians. My name is Gershon Ogulita. all the way to Tanzania here to do peace for the future of our country. In October 2020, I marched with the youths for NSAS. That march was disrupted by the government. On the 24th of September this year, I marched with the Peter Obi movement, which the Labour Party supports. Now I think there is no better place to announce the coming of a new Nigeria than.
Well done, sir. Others took their own, they took their own prayer point to the graveside of Alawo Akala, all for Nigeria. Baba Bawama Law. They will say. Anyway, those are the people of Kolu. I was singing it like, oh no, Ni graveside di Alawo Akala. Omo, if you think say you never see grace, you want to see grace, pay attention to Nigeria melodrama, right? And mostly on Maiyegun's diary Politico, I keep the record of them all the time. Clowns, jokers, liars, manipulators, deceivers, pretenders. And on here, we get to see them for who they are. And you probably will learn how to as well. If you stay back. I'm coming. Let me go make my tea. Now, when I get back, I'll take 1 or 2 calls and we can call it tonight. So don't go anywhere. You can still like the broadcast. Like it, share it, and subscribe. Call already. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
The Prince Judgeman.
Baba with the hell.
Thank you. I greet you too, the Prince.
Yeah. Baba, it's a guy, a mefuele. The guy.
Wayo? Now wayo man. Let's say wayo Konima die, Konima bury him. They see through, but here we are, we know.
Oh my God. My good drama. You know, the thing where they funny me is this APC colonized government. I know they just say everybody in a cow. Yeah, you know, say when they put the way they take stick, they control cow. You know, put rope for cow neck. You know, they think everybody just not like that. You get what I mean? All the Nigerians. You know, this is Mefiole. Is it not the one that bought 100 million naira of this for presidency?
I even forgot to add that too. And now they bought 100 million naira APC form for him. They branded vehicles for him, and later came out and said he was just joking, that he wasn't really interested. 100 million naira, boom.
You see, it's a joke. It's the same thief that wants to help us now to locate the way to cop thieves. You know, that useless in the currency. You get what I mean? You know, is it not laughable, my good general?
I mean, people are saying that's a very good idea, and that is why I pointed the part out, okay, and said, well. So he lost 2.5 trillion. He wants to get it back. He know he may not get them back. So maybe those people should lose the money, and that is a good news to the average Nigerian. It's mental.
It's not about 2.5 million. Do you know what the guy with his gang 1 or 2?
Tell us.
You know, before any money is going to be print or printed, do you know that they are going to pay billions to print it? If you say they want to change color of money as you see it now, as it is in Nigeria,
it's going to cost. You have to pay again, billions.
If they tell you how many billions they are going to pay for that, and it's out of Nigerian taxpayers' pocket, that money is the money they want to use for the election of 2023. Do you understand? That is another aspect. They just want to, you know, steal another huge amount of money, because what is selling or what is a broadcast makes no sense. Just as you analyze it, it makes no sense. That can never cover anything.
Do you want me to add to your shock list?
Sure.
Let me add something to your shocking list. Talking about printing money. You know the person in charge of the company printing money in Nigeria. Do you know that person?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't know.
Well,
to be honest,
the person who is head of that department of Nigerian printing and minting company is Aisha Buhari's brother. Just so you know.
Can you imagine? That is it. That is family business.
No, it's always been.
You know, that is it. Is a racketing, my good general. You know, so the guy is a crook. You know, he was in Jonathan's government.
Yeah.
And these people saw that he's a very good, smart criminal.
He's probably very good in what he does. If you could manage to help PDP to share $2.5 billion security vote of Jonathan, and including how they changed the money, including areas where they needed the raw dollar cash, Emefiole ensured that central bank provided everything. You get that?
We'll
go keep this guy. We'll keep this guy. He's a good guy.
Exactly.
But look at what he's done to Nigeria in 7 years. Prince.
They've destroyed the economy completely. And they are not slowing down, my good general. No, they are not slowing down. You see, another aspect is of this. You see that ship that they showed us that they're bombed.
Yeah.
There's something that we didn't figure out there. You see, if you look at that ship, you know that any ship that comes into Nigeria, before it gets into the territorial water of Nigeria, there must be a signal
Yes.
No matter
And you
how
must
that, no
receive
matter how
clearance.
small.
Mhm.
Exactly. Before they will enter the Nigerian water, you know.
Or
So
else you will be shot
no
down,
matter.
and you will be shot down. They will sink you. It's what the law is. International water law. Abi, no be so it be.
Exactly.
If they don't clear you,
That's so it be.
they go shoot you. They go sink your ship right there. No explanation. Nothing.
Thank you very much.
Hmm.
So you see that ship that they showed us at the ball. That ship is very, very large. You know the small ship you said that is submarine that nobody can see. You know, and if you look at where they said they are, where they showed us they put fire, it's not at the main engine or where all the operating facilities are. It's just one corner at the ship there. You know, they just showed us and that's it. They remove it and they told Nigeria they burn the ship. Are you getting me? So that ship is not burned. You understand? And the ship also has left. Business continues. Are you getting me? So
you know one of the things they said
know
recently. Do you know what one of the things they said recently, Prince? They said that when people ask that, but the ship should be able to tell you where it's been to, the different destination it's been to, through his what do they call him? They shall have a name, Sha. That's in navigation. It will tell you where the ship has been to. You know what Nigerian NNPC said when they turned it off. So the people they turned the location navigation location whatever, they turned it off, so we can't tell where they have been to. So that's why we don't have any evidence. But you don't burn the ship now. Yes, we burn it to warn others not to come to Nigeria with ship again. Are you mad? Are you joking? Is this the kind of playing?
They just burn the evidence like that. Just like that.
It's Nigeria.
Nigeria is a joke.
It is.
You know, finally, Maiyegun, concerning the Suleiman saga.
Right.
So what you know that Suleiman saga is unfortunate.
Suleiman.
That what is going on in Nigeria. You know, religion. I would say religion is number one thing that has they've used to destroy Nigeria so much.
A lot of people agree, Prince.
You know, these politicians, if you look at them, look at the antecedents, immediately they've done all the atrocities. At the end, when they see that people are so angry, you know, the thing they will use to, you know, put pure water on their head is they will start to call God.
Preach.
They will start to call God. Are you getting me? That Suleiman saga, why I want to touch that aspect is this. You see, in Pentecostal church, I go to Pentecostal church.
Right.
You know, but there's a thing that is, you know, going on in Pentecostal circle.
Right.
Since the 419, the people that are into 419 rackets in Nigeria, since they understand that, you know, in Pentecostal, there have been a kind of doctrine of raising of front, sowing of seed. You understand me? All manners of way of extorting people's, money from people.
Right.
Since they understood that, they started opening churches. Are you getting me? And this has been why, you see, the Suleiman, somebody like him, during COVID that people are dying, he was boasting that he bought his number 3 private jet. You know, so most of them you see that are into all this racketing, that are into pastoring.
If not for that, you know, that bulletproof car, himself and his family would have been dead by now. We just be talking about them the same way you are talking it now.
Most of them are into oil deal. That's why you see that they are working hand in hand with politicians. You understand? They are working hand in hand. Most of them are into oil deal, oil business, oil bunkering, and also so on and so forth. Because what kind of that's why when they cannot tell the church, their followers that look, this is their problem. They only keep telling them that it's the ancestral demon that is chasing them. There's the monitoring demon that is after them. You understand? In my own village, they've done family deliverance on and on and on and on. But still,
It's only when I left Nigeria, I've never talked about family, ancestral demon, or monitoring demon or anything
anymore. I know.
Anybody holding me back. Since I left Nigeria, all those stories have ended in my life. Why? I mean, am I not still part of that?
They say no. They say because you don't cross the sea. That's why it's pretended to be safe. But if it gets you anytime, village people, they call them. That kind of fear they plant in us that should never go away. But guess what?
They can't tell their people that they follow us that Nigeria is a problem when they need to protest, their need for them to come out like Martin Luther King.
This treatment they are giving them, if they don't reject them, then they have to get to live with them and stop pretending that somebody else is after their lives or some evil people are dealing with their life when they are accepting the worst of the worst from those who will never stop dealing with them. So you're right, the prince.
Maiyegun, I tell you, that's why you see that in Nigeria, the way it is, my dear, without them, as the election is coming up like this now, the government in power is a terrorist government.
Yes.
You know, instead of them to come out,
and they are not hiding
instead of Khan can call the whole Christians in Nigeria and tell them that, look, without restructuring, their PVC is useless. To tell them that truth, you know, because they know that if their followers come out to stand for that, their tithe and offering.
Before you go, before you go, have you noticed?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just me, or I just don't want to say much about it yet. Have you noticed that the level of the rage, anger for this Muslim ticket of Tifnumbu is dying down? Have you noticed?
Yes, now.
There are so many people who said this is unbelievable. This is outrageous. This is this and that. They are now giving excuses. They are now explaining why it's not really a big deal. You know, by December, it no go look like seeing a Muslim ticket again, because everybody is filing up now with what they can get from it. Prince.
Exactly.
Only to turn
the money is
and blame village people for whatever they now are going, they will be going through. So I'm with you. The pastors that should speak out are also going to defend that too, you know?
Yes, finally, now that's what they're going to do. There at the end of the day, when the suffering triple now, they will not tell them, they will call their followers to come for deliverance.
Yes.
That is one wish in their village that is doing them this and that. You know? My brother Maiyegun. They will say only God will help us, but in this situation, if you don't help ourselves,
you know what? The prince,
if we don't help ourselves,
you yourself, you nearly said that Maiyegun, now only God go, but you're like, no, Maiyegun, they will say now God, because you know that after explaining everything, right? You're like, man,
I'll tell you,
there's no way one person can just come in and just put an end to this thing, except people want it. But I don't see them, so now God go save them all. But you know, God won't save anybody in this case. We have to save ourselves.
At all. God has done his part.
Yeah.
It's for us to do our part. God cannot come from heaven to do the right thing that we must to do, to come and protest for us against the evil in the land. It's not possible. No. You know, no matter how you pray without action is useless.
Action is just waste of time. You're right. Prince,
let me
take another call. It's actually so good to hear from you again.
Thank you, Maiyegun.
Prince Jejeman. Thank you so much. That's the prince there. If you are still watching me, especially if you're watching me on Facebook, you should try and cross over and check the YouTube. That is where it is happening for you. Yeah. And then if you're watching me on Facebook as we speak, you can also still take a moment to still like and share this broadcast if you haven't done that, and subscribe.
Hello.
Hello there.
It's Ifeanyi once again from Gabon, the one where they come from Gabon.
Ifeanyi, my brother. How are you?
Yes, the line they fine. The line they okay today.
Well, it's clearer now. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you very well.
Hear me loud and clear. So, myself, they hear you, and if I hear you, if I hear you, Maybe say everybody they hear you be that. So how you be?
Yeah, sure. I did. You have how things?
I just stay Baba with the thank God oh. How you they hold them together for Gabon?
As once more.
So where are you in Gabon? Is it the wait before I take eat wallow? Shena Conakry Gabon o Abi where?
No. Libreville.
Now
the capital of Gabon.
That's their capital.
Yes.
God bless you for that. Eh? So how you
yes. Everywhere just they cool here. Nothing much.
We dey thank God.
So
if everybody can hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks. So well, you don't tell when I've been they try to call, but you know the work. But anyway, Sha, the thing where I want to talk like this printing of money. This printing of money. And the they call quantitative easing, right? So
no, not be the quantitative. What you call them now? Quantitative.
Quantitative
easing. God bless you. Now you see, I've been looking for that, and every time I cram them, when I enter here to talk, I just forget them. Right? Quantitative easing. Right? That one now waiting. That one now waiting. CBN did with them print 21 trillion. Give Buhari. This one, they want to redesign the face of the money so that maybe the face on the money they go just put some touch. We go make it look different to what it be now, so you can easily tell this one I 500, this one a new 500. Sure you get, and according to them, it is to cut down the excess cash in circulation that they can't even account for. That's what he said. So it's a different one, though. They are still doing quantitative easing. They are still printing for Buhari.
They are still doing it.
But this one is just like the general change, generally.
Yes. Me, this printing money. If government they print money, then why should I be paying taxes? They can just simply print the money. Then why can't they disturb me again? They they're coming to pay taxes again, and after paying those taxes. Then print that money, the value of everything will still go down. I mean, what will be this?
What is the effort?
I don't understand why
they make I work, pay tax. When I work, and I pay the tax, upon say I won't go use that money of my work, I realize that inflation don't cut down by this percent, 5%, 15%. So I keep losing value and I keep working hard, which means the harder I work, seems like the more I lose money and I lose the value of the money because it's like I print money whenever they want.
Which is very stupid.
No be Zimbabwe with the
me, I don't know. Zimbabwe, my brother. Zimbabwe, my brother. Even one way here say people don't run from Nigeria.
Somebody send me a picture. Don't say soon, maybe in our lifetime, with the way these people, with what they have done to Nigeria, in our lifetime, you and I, if we end up spending, you see that 100 Naira, one day if it be 100,000 Naira, be that a smallest denomination. That 200 Naira, if it be 200 million Naira, one note, 200 million. If you see that 500 Naira,
yes. Like Deutschmark during the World War II.
Sure you get. So there's nothing impossible.
Yes. We of money.
Sure you get. They do it for Sudan. China, Sudan, where I see no. I think it's Somalia. Where people they trade money.
Somalia.
They trade money for road like
in weight. Then they weigh them for scale.
They know they count.
So they count them anymore on a scale. Which is my god.
This size, if we say this one 20 million size, that one mean $5. So put them for wheelbarrow, put them for scale. Now wow. They will do that.
Hey, which is too bad. Even I mean, if I forget, the one I want to talk about the other day, say that about that gas flaring, because now for 1999, I still a small them when I hear whether 99 2000.
Right.
When I did at that time I did for Aladumo Educational Center, that is school.
Right.
For GRA, Port Harcourt.
Right.
So I did hear say by 2008 they go stop gas flaring. That's our Obasanjo don't enter already. So by 2008, they don't stop gas flaring. 2006, I finished secondary school. Come Gabon. 2008, I hear say gas flaring still there, and there is even no plan or even to stop it.
You don't bomb.
Finally, I can't travel again. Go here. If for the place where our house is for here, I did look. I go see the what's it called? The rig we there for LMA. For LMA for Manambra, I go see River State. Have you LMA na River State now? I go there I see River State. Yes. Even because I go. Yes, LMA is in the rivers. But you go there for India, like they see that gas flaring rig. I don't know what they call them. That
audio rigs now. Now them, once they are doing their extraction and all of that, the gas itself, they have to let that out and let it go instead of running another pipe that will take all those waste gas into something else, convert them. But I get what you mean. But you talk say when you be small child, with this school. You don't hear about gas go end by 2008, I'll be 2018.
Yes, by 2008.
By 2008.
2008.
Right. Now, if I...
Okay, now, I don't go married. Still, they still do gas flaring.
You don't realize, say, na lie. You don't born, you get...
Na lie, you got a scam.
You get...
No, I never born. No, I don't marry. I don't marry recently.
Yes. You still tell your children. Your children go read that for paper. Gas flaring is going to end
exactly,
by
my brother.
Sure you get... Go grow.
Yes.
That's what Nigeria has been to us. We just don't pay attention. We just don't pay attention.
That is at all. Me,
no
I don't tire.
They complain now.
I don't tire.
No matter what thing they complain now, you no feel lie to me. Say when you they grow up, you know see adult they complain them when you they grow up. Even if though you don't understand.
They complain now. Hey, then those adults today, they see they complain.
And they are still complaining. You self don't grow up now. You self you don't join them in the complaint.
I'm complaining.
Your
that's
child, your children will complain too. Whether you affect them directly or you know affect them, they too go indirectly. They will say why.
Yes.
Imagine now, you want generation to
those days who they hear song like who they sing song like parents listen to your children, we are the leaders of tomorrow. Tomorrow, come and this and this. The problem now is that tomorrow no ever come. That tomorrow no ever come.
Tomorrow came. But we can't realize, say, the old tomorrow, they don't use them already. It can't be like use cards.
Oh, yeah.
You know, use recharge cards. They say, you see this recharge cards, now only you get them. So when you reach house, dial *555* and dial this. Now only you get, so you can't take pride. Guide the card. Can't get to the house. Can't scratch them. Can't bring out your, can't load up. You can't say used. Say, something will be in my own.
Yes.
So now what's
exactly that is exact illustration.
Yeah, when we grow up, we realize that actually there is no actually real tomorrow meant for us. Sure, you get. We realize that those who were telling us were the leaders of tomorrow. When the tomorrow came, now their posters we still they see where they tell us say, no, not you. We mean your children, not you. The tomorrow of your children. Imagine somebody telling me today, say, I care about the future of your children. You demand in it. Don't be the same thing when you tell my papa that. I don't grow up now. You can't post my own children the same thing.
Same thing.
And I can't clap for you and say,
the more things change, the more they remain the same.
If I now those kinds of way people they think they make you realize that normal that is supposed better for any Nigerian politician. Normal
at all.
If it's better for them, they're supposed to sue God and say, God, why? Why do you have to make it better for me? Like normal. But here we are.
Yes.
If nothing is done, our own children, right? We are going to
complain. So they will complain the same complaint.
When I was younger, I was say, Papa, but why you no kuku fight and die that time, self? Because I don't understand why you live with yourself. You only live long to tell us how it be. I mean, sorry, sometimes I overthink. I just feel like someday, I feel like someday if I grow old, right? If I'm lucky to be old, right? This is luck. Now, if I'm lucky to grow old, I feel like someday I'm going to be that old man that people will be like, see, hey,
Baba, why you say can't grow old like this in this world, wicked world? How come when you day our age, you know fight, die? So that people like us no go they go through this kind of thing. And then maybe I would just be like, don't worry, you will go soon reach my age and find out why we didn't fight.
Find out why.
You know what? You're fine.
Yes.
Take it easy, okay?
Thank you so much for picking my call.
Nice one, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I have another person on the line. Yeah. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Oh, hello,
Hey, my brother, long time. Jumokelun, sir, long time.
Sister Jumi, how are you?
Yes, my brother.
It's good to hear you again.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for the good job you're doing.
And thank you for
this is a serious matter.
It
is. This is a serious matter. That the foreign countries, they are withdrawing their people. That is to say, what is coming is not a joke at all. But the unfortunate thing is that our Yoruba right now are to take it seriously.
No.
Yoruba team on Kotofa Jalu right now. Once you joko síbẹ̀, wọ́n sì ń kọrin àwọn ló kàn káàkiri. My prayer is this, Maiyegun. Àwọn tó fẹ́ ya lùlú yẹn tó fẹ́ terrorize tó láwọn tó fẹ́ attack yẹn. I pray strongly pé kán pa àwọn olórí wọ̀nyí kán ya lù wọ́n gidi. Kán náà sáà spare àwọn ọmọ títẹ̀ àti àwọn masses, àwọn innocent blood.
And that is the problem, man. You know, that's the problem, all right? Wọ́n ní tí ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ bá tẹ̀ ń jẹ ìyà gan, àwọn olódodo afárá gbá nínú ẹ̀. Ṣẹ̀rí ibi tí àwọn èyí máa ń sábà target. Ibi tó máa ń target, ma. You know, the places they target, right? They are easy targets. Places where people, innocent ones. Yeah, people are defenseless. People are vulnerable. They don't go to these people too. If they go to them, they know they drive in bulletproof cars. They have guns that people are carrying to protect them. So it's easier to wreak those damages on innocent people. And that's why we, like you said, there are people that are sleeping, who are likely going to be the victims of this whole thing. It is ideal to make them aware of the danger they are caught in, because they will suffer it more than the people that are supposed to protect them. Or be honest, excuse me, ma. Being honest is one of the first way of dealing with any problem. You know that. When you know that something is wrong. And we need the citizens to know that a lot is wrong. And we need them to be aware to end this problem. Like they will do in America. In Nigeria, they will just bury it and they will call you enemy of Nigeria for raising that alarm. So who should we turn to?
Exactly. You see now that the kind of eye-opener that you have done today right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Their secular media, they are not touching it at all.
No.
They are not going there at all. They are not going there because they have silenced them already. They have told them not to say the truth. So, and even when this thing even happened, when this attack happened, you will see the lie. It is you, Maiyegun, that will still come out to come and tell the whole world the truth. Because their media will not come out to say the truth. But we shall see. But my main point today that I really want to say, I don't know whether it's the point, it's the message or whatever it is.
Make anything, man. Go ahead, yeah?
If this attack happens, see Yoruba, they can't declare Yoruba freedom. Keep Biafra, they can't declare Biafra freedom. Because we say enough is enough. Fulani àti Hausa wọn lè máa pa wá bó ti ń pa wá wọn lè máa ṣe this nǹkan máa mú jẹ. Tí Yorùbá ò bá ṣe dìde kó declare pé enough is enough ṣé ní kálukú máa lọ nílọ tẹ̀. Kí Biafra náà dìde kó declare ṣé ní kálukú máa lọ nílọ tẹ̀. A jẹ́ pé mi ò mọ̀ gbà tó fẹ́ gba freedom yẹn. I don't know when.
Ẹ má jẹ́ ká ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn put ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣe báyìí, ẹ jẹ́ kí n try láti diffuse ẹ̀ níwọ̀n ọba mà ṣe get. Ṣẹ̀rí àwọn kankan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ táwa fúnra máa mọ̀ wípé ẹ̀yin go ò ní pè ẹnì kankan kẹ́ni kankan tó dáhùn mọ́. Màá fún yín example yẹn. Àwọn tó fẹ́ take over Abuja ṣe ń gbọ́n sìn tí wọ́n bá gba Abuja tán. For example, tá à ń lò ń sìn ní ẹ̀bẹ̀ sọ yẹn pé tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ o, ṣé tí wọ́n bá wá declare Abuja caliphate, ṣé Yorùbá máa wá lọ pé ó méjì ni? Ṣé ẹ wá rò pé à ń láti sọ fẹ́ni kankan mọ́ ń gbà yẹn pé à ń ṣara wọn mọ́, à ń ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ́ ń gbà yẹn kẹ́ni kankan tó believe? Àbẹ̀rò pé àwọn Igbo máa kó delegation jọ, wọ́n wá lọ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ṣèkáù tó gba Abuja, ìjọ máa pa wá o, àdúpẹ́ ilẹ̀ nílùú ń sìn yín o,
ara tí yín là ń ṣe o ṣe rò pé possible bẹ́ẹ̀ so èmi máa ń sọ kankan máa ń sọ kankan máa ń sọ fún àwọn pé nítòótọ́ a lot wà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ at this time o and a lot la expect tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ nítorí pé kí ni àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé ó máa ń láti come in tó máa caution àwọn wèrè yìí pé ẹ jẹ́jẹ́ kó rí yín pé òbí tẹ́ ń ṣe yìí ẹ bá ba dé level bí ọmọ point of no return ni o èmi bá ń believe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe get because ẹ mọ̀ kan ní pé ṣẹ̀rí tí ordinary military bá gba ìjọba ní Nàìjíríà ń sìn ẹni tó bá lead the military yẹn ló máa determine bóyá Nàìjíríà máa ṣe exist àbò máa pín ẹ lọ kàn yẹn náà sílẹ̀.
Sure. Yes.
The whole place is already charged. She gets.
Yeah.
Okay. Already charged. So, Sherry, anything last one to go wrong against anything can take us to a bit to go prepare for. But like you said, which of them are going ready for buying sin lay you? But because I'm not you are ready, go on, Denny. So that we don't say we go le dodo.
Yeah, you have made my point for me. Yeah, you just made my point. That's a brilliant. Yeah, you have reframed it for me. Thank you so much.
I understand because Sherry tá bá sọ ipa pé tó bá ṣe báyìí tá bá respond nígbà tá gan wò pé response yẹn go ni wá naturally ni mo ṣe mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ fún yín pé tí wọ́n bá ṣòṣì wọn l'Abuja tó bá not ti ṣe ó ti yẹn sin Afghanistan Taliban style mọ̀ kan Abuja yẹn náà ló máa pín mọ́ wọn ò ní gbé cross Kogi dé kó máa délẹ̀ Yorùbá you can bank on that because àbí kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé èmi àti ìsìn àti wá di ọmọ Taliban yẹn ni when they take over Abuja máa sọ pé torí pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wá láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó jẹ́ part of Nigeria o àwọn Taliban ló dẹ̀ ń rúlu wa we are so sorry ṣé do you think that's how it's going to be?
I know it won't happen mama what kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀
àwọn kò ní gbé sára wọn kọjá mọ́ṣáláṣí but àwọn èèyàn wa tó máa wà caught up nínú pé wọ́n yin bọ́ǹbù l'Abuja because àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n kó ní Kaduna Abuja railway yẹn mà Yorùbá wà nù wọn o Igbo wà nù wọn o gbogbo àwọn tó pẹ́ tán lo more than kí ló ti ń pè 180 days in the captivity of those kidnappers ma Yorùbá wà nù wọn mo ní àwọn fídíò kan tí mo tẹ̀rọ àwọn Yorùbá tó ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ pé please ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa you know same thing will happen tí wọ́n bá yìnbọn wọn l'Abuja tí wọ́n bá yìnbọn wọn l'Abuja ṣe ti understand sin so at the end of the day we are going to share in that. That is why it is always very much better to let people know that
we will, except if our people start relocating right now. But they won't.
And that's exactly what Nigeria want them to do, ma. Lady Juby. Yes. They want them to, because they have made it look like, Mokon, you know what? They have made these killings. They have managed to sort of destroy the what do you call it, the human empathy in so many people. People have grown cold.
Exactly, they are so inhuman.
You get that now? Like when they say people die or they, you know, that stuff, it doesn't really freak people that much anymore.
Not yet.
Do you get that? So they've succeeded in that.
We that in our abroad will be freaking out. It's not
freak out. Hey, Jesus. Yeah. Hey, my God. And the rest of that. Now, the government of Nigeria deliberately conditioned people that way. So you see, people that usually get so mad, in 2014, when they saw crime, crisis like that, these days, they are not really that shocked. So, Laya Muhammad and co, they will love it that way, rather than for somebody to be raising alarm that they could bomb you, they could kill you. They don't let them kill them. So everybody go say, breaking news. They have killed 167 people in a church in Abuja. Hey, Jesus Christ, this country. Then the following day, Tinubu will make headline. Obi will make headline. They will forget about the 167 people killed yesterday. So let them feel shocked than for you to warn them, which is the state of Nigeria today. And it's sad.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway,
my brother, thank you so much for...
Imagine
thank you so much for the good job. Thank you for the good job you're doing. God will keep you. God will be with you. In Jesus' name. God bless you. Love you, my brother.
God bless you too, man. Thank you so much. I mean, it's ridiculous. So sometimes when you think about this whole thing, you are like, why are they angry with America? Why are they angry with the people that are taking their own citizens out of Nigeria, danger zone, as they claim it? Why are the likes of what do you call it? The likes of Garbage Shehu, Femi Okonu Adeshina, Liar Mo, and every other born liar, vuvuzelas out there trying to gaslight the people that are evacuating their own citizens. Why?
Because they want you, Nigerians, that you are so used to these killings, kidnappings, all this whole thing happening. So many of you have grown this kind of indifference. You don't really. They kill 4 people in Kano yesterday. Say, they kill 36 in Benue, Jare. Now only 4 people then kill for Kano. You they complain. What about people where they kill for this? Last week they killed 39, and then you begin to wonder and say, and you actually said that casually. Well, I mean, we're talking about human beings. Oh, my friend, now God they protect all of us. This country don't go. I know they are waiting. I go survive with my family. Me and they look for as a day. So okay, anybody we boko haram kill and be that. Baba, I know they go not. Anybody we unknown gunmen kill, they kill and be. So people have grown indifferent. They are not shocked. The only breaking news that they love as well is that they don't. I mean, so politicians don't eat rock or you don't die. They say, yeah, thank you, Jesus. Jesus don't deal with them. So that is the country they have built. That the same one they are trying to make you stay look like responsible citizens. Citizens of where? Of a contraption that they don't value you. They call you others. Others. Say, what do you call it? One moment. Oh, sorry, I lost that. I have another caller that I actually really lost. I think it's from Nigeria. Give me a sec. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I've lost the call. So the line is still pretty much opened, and then you can still, you can still like the chat and all that. I'm gonna be rounding it up now. I'm going to be rounding it up in a minute, and then I will call it a night, okay? So we have heard this. I was expecting a call from Abuja, somebody from Abuja to say, well, we noticed this, we noticed that, especially in Lugbe, Lugbe area in Abuja. You know what I mean now? Like we have seen, different kind of movements that have shown to us that a lot is going on. And yeah, I think I got my call back. Let me see. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. I don't know. I think you seems far away from the phone, or is it just my connection? Check. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm close to the phone.
Yeah, I can hear you too, but it is so faint. Like,
how about now?
I think it's better now. Yeah. And if it's on speaker, maybe you should take it off and see if it's kind of louder for us.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's so low. If you get what I mean. But continue anyway. Maybe it can get better. Continue.
All right. So,
thank you, sir.
Good evening. This is Laundering. I'm happy to enter.
Baba.
Well done, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir. I just want to talk about the new Naira note they want to print.
Right.
I think they might probably want to cover up for the whole ones that they printed. Initially they first of all created these e-Naira.
Yeah.
And when they see that the e-Naira did not sell, they have to devise another means to cover up their track. Or don't you see it that way? Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you, Baba. Go on. I'm just like listening and picking your words as you are, dishing them out. Go on, Baba.
Yeah. So because they've forgotten that e-Naira that they created, it is the same lazy Nigerian youth that will make use of it. Because is it those Alimajiris is it those Alimajiri in Sokoto that will make use of e-Naira?
No.
People that don't even know how to operate phone. Talk less of making payments online. Do you understand?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, they run that loss. They ban cryptocurrency in Nigeria. They were trading behind the scene themselves. And then they brought in their own Naira. They want to make it look like it's going to be the, the e-currency, like crypto and all that. But it was all failed, all lule, like they say, bugbe lule. So this particular one of printing money, but using propaganda to tell a different story why they are doing it. Now, if there is no any result afterward, because Naira is actually going to take a serious bashing again, like it's going to take another nose. In fact, if everything work well for Emefiole, he can possibly keep the Naira at around this 700 for this year. Okay. But if anything should take the next turn, Larry Gawaba, you know what will happen?
Yes,
We might end up exchanging $1 for 1,000. $1 for 1,000 Naira before the first quarter of 2023. That means before the end of March 2023, you may end up changing $1 for 1,000 Naira and £1 sterling for 1,300 Naira by March, if things should turn to the south.
Some people have already predicted that will happen even before December. That will be exchanging $1 for 1,000 Naira for this December. So I don't think maybe March is too far.
Anyway, I keep saying it. Any reasonable country should know that Emefiole, personally, right, should resign, arrest himself, and take himself to any nearest police station, confess what he's done, and then he should get himself ready for jail, like without having to waste anybody's money for investigation or anything. But it is Nigeria. The more criminal you are, the more reward you get. It's going to probably settle that. It's going to be settled. They'll say, oh, let's ease him out. He's an elite. He's one of them. He's made many of them so much money in the last 7 years. So you get, so let's just retire him somewhere. They'll say, oh, he's been retired now. They will give him billions that he will live on for the rest of his life. He will never be held responsible. Like many of those that they have been doing this together for the past 7 years. They've ruined lives, Baba. Lives have been ruined, and more are still going to be ruined. Just wait for it.
If you look at most of his interviews, Emefiole, he's like he's scared to even talk. Or is that
people who know him one-on-one, they said, number one, they are shocked that is this actually Emefiole? Is this the same Emefiole that they actually knew before this central bank or no central bank job? Like people who knew him, you know what I mean? Like this is somebody who they believe that is in the class of this Soludo or those economies that have, that kind of people will be say that they get all this suit and tie, that they run things for the, you know what I mean? Then suddenly you became a part of a racket, a gang that tanked Nigeria economy. You know what they did, Baba? Like the reason why I said that is for treasonable. He should be arrested for treason and he should be jailed accordingly for that, including Buhari. They were doing round tripping. Nigeria depends on importation, which means traders with money will be those who bring in most of what you need in Nigeria. Even if they are promising to improve on this or that, they are not doing it. But people with money are the ones who go out there and bring all the goods in to fill in all the services you have in Nigeria. Even if people don't like that, that doesn't help Nigeria. It's not growing the economy of Nigeria, fine. But it's keeping it steady. It's running it. So which means the most you can do is that as a country, you invest more in production of those things people are bringing in so that you begin to cut down the amount of money you need to exchange for that currency of that country to go and do that business, Abi. If you are bringing in something and you cut the production, you start producing it, not by banning it, you start producing it here in your country. You cut down the importation gradually. As you are cutting down the importation, you are aiding your local production that is filling in any kind of supply you need, Abi. Now, people who need money to go and buy those things from abroad, they won't have to go up. The number of people who go abroad to get them will reduce. The money they take abroad to get them will reduce. Naira will not need to exchange for dollar. So at some point, that thing self, if you begin to produce them in mass, you can begin to export them and begin to hand forex instead of exchanging your Naira for forex. So you get. Now that's how you do it. And central bank monetary, now them they put monetary policy together. And then they put a lending policy loan, how much bank should charge you as interest on every loan. Now, if you want to encourage those who spend billions of dollars every month, okay, looking for dollars every month, if you want to help them as central bank, your policy should be how to help them invest in what they go out there to get Abi. But for 7 years, Emefiole didn't do that. You know what they did, Baba? Once Buhari came in, they opened shop on people. So instead of you as a businessman to walk straight into the bank and say, my bank, what is the central bank exchange rate today? Oh, a dollar is 260 naira to a dollar. But in the black market, they're exchanging it for 500 naira to a dollar. So your bank should be able to give you the forex you need in a reasonable country. Oh, sure, you get us even for business. Oh, Emefiole now created the middlemen like they did in 1985 before Boko Haram got kicked out. Oh, Baba, Emefiole created the middlemen. So now the middlemen are now worse than the bureau de change. Emefiole will give middlemen dollars, exchange for 40 naira to $1. The middlemen will sell the dollars to a bureau de change and some lucky banks for 300 naira to $1, 400 naira to $1. Now, those one will now collect it. So when you now need $100,000 or $1 million to finance your trade in China, you will have to go to somebody who is going to sell that dollar to you for 500 naira to $1. From 40 naira, my brother, to 500 naira to $1. Now, before you even see that $1 million, Baba, ask the businessman. Emefiole did this for straight 3 years before they stopped, and Nigeria Naira tanked and never recovered. Now they want to paint the house to make it look new.
That won't work.
Tell me other trick. Tell me something that is more fraudulent. Tell me.
Maiyegun Baba, thank you so much.
My brother, Ekwadroti, thank you so much as well for stopping by. And stay safe, oh.
Right,
stay safe, oh. Now, people, all of us will stay alive, go still fight, oh. So I do say that to all the people I talk to. I say, stay safe. Just do whatever you can and stay alive. I told my mom same. Every time I used to call my mom when she was alive, I'll be like, after every talk, everything, all our worries addressed and every other thing. And then when we were going, and I'm just going to be like, please just stay alive. Oh. Whatever happened, just make sure, say you stay alive. Just don't die. So that you can live long enough to actually enjoy what you have missed and other stuff. But she didn't live long, unfortunately. Nigeria took her from me. Hello there.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good evening. This is Dixon calling from California.
How are you today, Baba?
Good. You?
Well, I'm here all the time, even if I have to put up a face. I still have to look good to all of you because I don't know how I'm going to change people's mood if I come back here and I'm like, so what I'm saying, Sha, is that, so I say, everybody will be like, what is wrong with Maiyegun? Oh my God, something is not right. So yeah, I'm fine. And I've always been fine.
I like your mode of dressing today too.
Thank you. I mean, the camera makes it look like I be somebody with the important, but I mean, once in a while, it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Baba,
it is true.
It's good to hear from you too.
Yeah, straight to the point. Yeah. This is my first time calling, actually.
Oh, is it? Tell me your name again. I thought I heard something like Festus or so. I want to remember this.
Dixon.
Oh, Dixon. My dear brother from California. I'll remember that. So, as a way we usher in every new first-time caller, as a reminder, keep this one, though. Dixon, Baba, everybody can hear you loud and clear, right? Including myself.
Yes. So, I listened to Emefele's speech and then the same one you played again.
Yes.
And this guy refused or didn't tell people how much it's going to cost to reprint this Naira.
It won't tell you.
Then,
the fact that the US is able to predict or, send out this warning, should Nigeria government not appreciate this in order to, if they are claiming one Nigeria, in order to basically protect the one Nigeria that they are claiming?
Or at least
because
be honest. At least
the same US.
be honest.
Yes, exactly. The same US predicted the Ukraine crisis that we are currently witnessing. It's currently shocking everybody, making inflation go up, crisis in different parts, and oil price of gas. So then you are saying because the US cannot predict their own next school shooting, then you don't take them serious. But now what is going to happen to people also trying to get visa approvals in Abuja? So I think Nigeria they have to really sit up, and every part of that country has to take opportunity now that is availing itself to dissolve or to dissolve themselves. Each party should go their own separate way. But we need the conditions to be right. We need first of all people that know how to contribute to, let me say, a new growing economy or a new growing nation to be afoot, to be on ground. For example, if Biafra wants to come out, we need people who have this experience in order to make Biafra stand. Yes. Because it's not just about separating. We still need these new states, these new countries to be able to stand and basically succeed. Because it's simple like this, they roam everywhere. They are still the ones struggling in other countries.
Yes.
In West Africa.
Yes.
I have a friend from Burkina Faso. He can no longer go to Burkina Faso because of the same Fulanis there. So even when we dissolve, we have to make sure our security forces are strong enough to also repel certain attacks that they would want to do, they want to carry out. Because whether we like it or not, these Fulanis will cross into Yoruba nation
they've always been there, so it would take a collective effort to get them off those properties, those lands, and everywhere, including the border, far away from it. Yeah, you are right, because they've always been there. Not that they are just going to come. Oh yeah, I'm with you.
Yes. Well, that is all I have to say. I just wanted to hit those main points, so that in case any other person wants to call, they can call, and also. I know it's late there for you to also end the program when you want to.
Yes. Thank you very much, by the way. I'm really sorry if it sounded like I was talking over you. You see this technology, sometimes, it can be very ridiculous, but we're just improvising and managing it. So thank you so much for stopping by, Baba. You have a good one,
Thank you. Thank you for picking my call. You too. Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye. So I have another person on the line, and I want to believe that is a Kenneth. Is that you?
Yes, Maiyegun.
Now you are going to be almost my last caller tonight. So we're going to make it a chap, and then we can call it tonight. How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
Well, I'm very well. Thanks for asking. So it's good to hear from you.
Good to hear from you too. Let me go straight immediately. On the last caller, when you were talking about your message,
Dixon, yes.
The guy is a puppet. He's a puppet. He will, even with all his brilliance, his skills, his knowledge that he said he has acquired, it clearly shows that he's just a puppet. He will play to the gallery of this dumbass. Because at the end of the day, guess what, Maiyegun?
Tell me.
They are all just going, they're just living in denial. You want your friends say money, you don't know the consequences. Really? We all did at least basic economics in school.
Yes.
At least, maybe one way or the other, accounting or here and there. We'll tell you the consequence when you are continuously printing money. There is a consequence.
I mean, even if person don't understand inflation. When I was growing up, they said inflation is that you have more money, or you have nothing to buy it with, right? Exactly. So when you have hyperinflation, it means that they are valueless things. They will be putting so much value on them, value that are more than what they are worth, because you have more money, or you have less stuff. That's what they told us. Inflation, until we come here say inflation deeper than that, and better make you live inside them to understand them. Nigerians are living in it. Some of them don't even understand it.
Oh yeah. And again, Maiyegun, this, this so-called aspect of Nigerians making it a molehill, like US are calling on their citizens
the terror alert or the terror one.
all this. Look, US, I live here in the US, and I know that these people, they take this thing extremely, deadly serious. They don't play with it because they've gone through this movie before. Before they come to that conclusion, imagine, Maiyegun, they have come to more than 14 or 15 intelligence agencies before they come down to one conclusion about where the threats are. And when they do, you better be damn ready and be serious because they don't play with this kind of thing. We're talking about life and death situation.
You know, Nigeria will prefer, Kenneth, Nigerians will prefer to start counting days. Now, wait for it too. If another 1 month, nothing happened in Abuja, then you begin to see them. See America, they no bombers now, nothing happened, or if something now happened, bass. Hi, God, why? God, why? Why did you let this happen, God? And the whole thing play itself again and again and again. And what actually really kind of jolts me is that if you look at the characters assuring or reassuring the people when it comes to their safety, they are the same characters that told them they will end Boko Haram in 3 months. But look at where we are. But some people still want to believe them. I think they kind of demons me in here. You know, people say, "Oh, you demons me, oh, you they shock me, oh." That one, they shock me. People who have failed you repeatedly, they come out and say, "Don't listen to this one warning you. There's no cause for alarm. We can tell you everything is under control," and you believe them. It must be one strong juju, but again, it's Nigeria.
Maiyegun, I said it the last time I spoke to you, I said, Nigeria is on life support. It's on life support. And
on a borrowed time.
The fact that they keep on, like we've been saying, you and I have been saying it over and over again, that they live in denial, they continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result.
And different
These
results.
people, the reality is that they are just living on borrowed time and they are on life support. Whether they like it or not, the reality will come. How it comes,
and it seems that it's going to be coming so fast now, very fast.
Exactly. So, good luck to them on that. They like, they take it serious. If they don't like, they don't take the warning serious. They're on their own. At the end of the day, if you go for a journey and you don't come back, well, you know, and you have already been warned or told how the journey is going to look like. Good luck to you. The outcome you'll find out. But what on the final note, is this: is that we, you, me, all of us in the temple of truth will continue to look at them in the face and tell them what is the truth.
We will continue to put everything right there in the open and continue to let people know that they have choices. And if they make their choice, they should also be able to live with the consequences of this. So we'll never stop talking. Kenneth.
Thank you so much, Maiyegun. God bless you for your work. The great work. And your family, God will continue to bless you.
Yours too. Amen. And thank you, Kenneth. It's a pleasure hearing from you again. You should stay safe too and have a good one, Baba. Thank you. So I think we should draw the curtains here. Okay. I would love us to continue on and on and on like that. But I am so happy that I told myself before coming live, I said, I will do my best not to try, to make this broadcast a form of fear-mongering material, or rather, it's going to, I want it to be a conscious awakening period. You know, there's little you can do, but at the same time, if you are very much aware of what is going on around you, that means there's a little way they can manipulate you or play you. In that regard, there's also a way you can manage your own expectation too. The most important thing in life is that if you are able to understand the situation, you can manage the, you can be able to manage it based on your own understanding of that situation to start with. And that's exactly what I have done tonight. A lot is going on. A lot of the public officials have confessed to this. including those who never really wanted to tell you. Some of them have dropped the line. Nigeria is going through a lot. A lot is going on. And in fact, for the first time, none of them can sit back and say, this is what will happen in 2023. Not even the APC Egbekegbe. Now, that's how much confusion is, or how confused the situation has been for many of them. But in the whole process, like we say, if you find yourself in a hole, the ideal thing is to stop digging. But when these criminals who have actually who orchestrated this whole thing, they have dug this hole, they don't want to stop digging. But you understanding it better will help you manage this situation, will help you manage your expectation, and possibly, expectedly, it will also help you manage your own emotion. These are the things that they have always been using to hoodwink you, manipulate you, and subvert all the goodwill that human should possess in a way. They subvert them and they continue to undermine the sacred, the sacred, or let me say the sanctity of human nature, that we can say. They continue to deride us of what is good. And as they are doing all of this, they are united in their treasure. They are united in their evil. You can only handle them better if you know better. And as they say, if you know better, do better. Yeah? You have your choices. When you make them, it's always good as well to know the consequences of those choices. I will choose any day, anytime. Yeah? To be part of a conversation, a discussion that is going to make a peaceful dissolution of this contraption easier for the population. Because as it is, you can tell every one of those who have the opportunity of making life easier or better or meaningful, organized, in the history of Nigeria, they've done their best to make it worse. APC Egbekegbe take the price. They take the price, the highest price of this whole thing. And they are so shameless about it, as you can tell. So, if you pay attention very well once again, you will realize that whatever they have done or whatever they are still going to do, they are able to do them because Nigeria allowed that. So, every one of them who have had the opportunity of making life easier or better, they have made the life worse and worse. And they are only able to do that because Nigeria exists and allowed them. A system that created them is a system that is meant to destroy you. Now, it depends on how you want to see it. But if you are seeing it clearly, that means you have a right to make the right choice. You have choices here. But in my book, I've got just only one choice. If I've got just only one card, if I am asked to play it, it is the card of let my people go. Let the Yorubas handle our own affair. Let there be no interference from anywhere. Because for those who love Nigeria, if you love Nigeria, for real, you will support the peaceful breakup of the fraudulently merged, amalgamated contraption, which has no single plan for you, for me, for yours, for mine, and for everything that is going to come out of you. Now, how do you then wish such to continue and live longer than you if you really wish your own generation well? Now, I'm saying this, if they ask you if you have options, some of you have many other cards you want to play. Some of you want to play the card of this or the card of that, all in the name of one Nigeria. If I have a chance and I'm put right there and say, Maiyegun, show us your card, I'll show you one single one. And that will be a card of the independent, sovereign nation of Yoruba people. Do you understand that? Now, that opportunity is called national conversation. A conversation that requires every part of Nigeria, a country of over 250 ethnic nationalities. Can you beat that? And they have no single say on how they are governed, the law that governs them, the police that govern them, the economy they want to run, the currency, and every other thing that should determine the people for real. They have no single say. 250 ethnic nationalities with over 500 languages in a single country that we know even they hear ourselves. Can you believe that? We don't understand ourselves. If I begin to speak now, some of you won't understand me. If some of you start talking now, I won't understand you. We're supposed to be from the same country. So if you have a card to play, like Prince Jejeman said, if you see him with if you see him with one card, a Biafra card. If you see him with two cards, it's Biafra cards. If you see him with three cards, they are Biafra cards. He has no other card to play. And every time you ask him, he's going to table down and say, pick one, pick two, general market. It's all going to be Biafra. How do you find out those who are for and who are against? It is called national conference, national conversation. Let the people decide. Do we still want to be part of this arrangement? This Nigeria, under what arrangement? Let people decide. I don't think that's too much. Or we can continue to just vibe and inshallah until it's our turn to become the victim of what Nigeria has always been offering. The victims of the survivors of yesterday are the expected victims of today. The survivors of today are the expected victims of tomorrow. We all live for the day, by the day, until it's our turn. I mean, think about that. I'll see you some other time. And good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun dayari Politico. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.